Yeah, Bowling Green got off to the hot start. You mentioned Matt McDonald going downtown to their tall, speedy target. Got on the board first, but then the sophomore QB, C.J. Harris, filling in for maybe the MAC's best quarterback in Curtis Rock. He has really stepped up, did an outstanding job executing that option there, getting it to C.A. Bangura. But then that Ohio defense, to me, has really been the story of this game, especially that secondary. Number 11 doing a nice job. Tariq Drake, the graduate, 2 interceptions in that first half, one resulting in that final score there that we saw C.J. Harris punch in.
Harris in his first career college start in for Curtis Rourke. You mentioned the best quarterback in the Mid-American Conference this year. 151 through the air and didn't turn the ball over.
And it's just, I've really been impressed with just kind of the way that he seemed to handle the situation. It's a big game. They win this game. They win the East, get to go play for the MAC championship. And he has just showed really just a lot of poise in his execution so far tonight.
Well, Jacoby Jones gets planted on the opening kickoff of the second half. And Bowling Green coming out with some positive emotion after Ohio scored 28 straight.
Well, we talked to Bowling Green head coach Scott Loeffler earlier in the week. One of the keys, he said, we got to match their emotion. They did not in that second quarter, but starting this third quarter, they certainly did. Came screaming downfield with a big hit there.
J.B. Brown said kapow.
A nice, good clean hit, nice hit there.
Bowling Green scored the first 7, Ohio the next 28. Like you said, winner goes to Detroit, potentially for Bowling Green. Ohio wins outright with the East. You need a loss if you're Bowling Green from Buffalo.
And for Ohio, again, they're right where they want to be. This is second in the MAC in time of possession, top 25 in the nation time of possession. Bowling Green player down.
We have Bryce Brands down on the ground for Bowling Green. Looks like he was holding his shoulder.
One of a deep linebacker core for Bowling Green. Really talented group. Played a lot of players at that position.
We've seen Bowling Green with Hawkins go down in the middle, then return. They had Harold Fannin on offense go down after a couple big catches in the first. Bowling Green, for the most part, they have stayed healthy with their best players on defense. But Brand goes out. And what'll be a 2nd down and 4 for C.J. Harris in the Ohio offense. I saw this a lot in the first half. Ohio bled down the play clock. Nice snap and handed to Bangura. And he's got a first down. Give him 5 on 2nd and 4.
Yeah, I mean, Ohio is very, in their offensive philosophy, very that hurry up and wait. They're quick to get lined up, and then everything, take their time. And that's just normal. That's not even with a lead. Now they got a lead, and they're set up right where they want to be. The offensive line's warming up. Said a little bit of slow starter. Once they get going, create and push. Seeing it there. Bangura, really great running, good feet, good vision. And this is an offense that is very comfortable, very used to eating up clock on a drive. The last 2 games, they've had 7+ minute drives.
And after the runs, they take a shot downfield and underthrown. They challenged Oladokin, one of the best corners for Bowling Green. And came up just short with Miles Cross. It's almost like it's make the defense panic a little bit and then make you sit and stare at us if you're Ohio's offense.
Yeah, they just sit in there and wait.
And so that's what Eric Lewis is dealing with right now. The Bowling Green defensive coordinator who said his team played their best defensive game for about 3.5 quarters last week. Wanted the last 2 drives back defensively. With the win against Toledo, that was them at their best. Jake Netherton gets his first carry of the night, and it'll be 3rd down. Bowling Green had a 3-game winning streak in the middle of MAC play to get them in this position to to have a chance to win the East title, and it was their defense that played in a lot of low-scoring, closely contested games that got them to here tonight.
It's a Bowling Green front seven that is outstanding at creating pressure, but you're in a situation here where, Ohio is not forced to have to drop down and pass, really slows down that pass rush, kind of takes away the strength of that front seven.
Here comes the pressure, and Harris gets away from it and extends the play, but he's chopped down. And Taylor made the stop before he could get to the sticks. And fourth down in the punt unit for Ohio coming out.
But then talked about how they feel like kind of he's a steady hand for a young quarterback there. Third down, nothing there. He didn't force it. Took off, run, punt. You got the lead. No reason to force a pass.
Might have liked to see him slide.
Yeah, they certainly would.
They're on C.J. Harris is their third quarterback, by the way. Parker Navarro opened the year as the backup. He got hurt against Iowa State and won a 2 Power 5 games. He has not looked like a guy that started the year third on the depth chart. They knew that he was a guy that could start for them as the season got deeper, and here he is tonight. Now it's Matt McDonald. How will he respond to 2 late picks in that second quarter?
2 late, 3 in total. As mentioned earlier, we've seen number 0, the big target, Tyrone Broden. He was productive in that first half. They got to start trying to get some more of those weapons involved, and maybe again trying to work number 19, Teron Keith, out of the backfield a little bit more. Start off 8 of 9 and finish 4 of 13 with 3 interceptions.
It was that typical fast start for McDonald, and he gets Jason Patterson involved. And he's got halfway to the first down, setting up 2nd and 5. That's what McDonald did a lot of before Toledo. It completed 72% of his passes the last 4 games. Bo Nix, the Oregon quarterback, 72% of the season. That leads the country. Gives you a little context on how accurate he's been. That second quarter, a couple passes went wayward. The defense gets the ball back, down a couple of scores, and Jason Patterson, forearm shiver for a first down.
That's what they need. We haven't seen kind of a big run. Got to try to remain balanced, slow down that rush.
Offensive coordinator Max Warner for Bowling Green. Had the good start on offense. No points in the second quarter, though. This was a Bowling Green team that trailed by 21 last week. Now they're playing from behind. McDonald pointing down the field, and Hilaire stepped on the sideline before he caught it.
Rolling on the field is an incomplete pass.
Incomplete, second attempt.
The Ohio defense, once again, just doing an outstanding job of kind of getting pressure, getting McDonald on the move. Talk about wanting to try to create confusion. Make things uncomfortable, and they've been able to do that very well, Ohio, defensively.
Yeah, they had all those TFLs. Got to McDonald, flushed him out a couple times in the first half. And they set up a screen with that pressure. Teron Keith trying to get to the edge. And he was cut off by Torrey Cox out of bounds.
Nice job there. It looked like that was kind of set up really nice. A lot of pressure. McDonald holds it at the last second. It looks like there's going to be a lot of green out in front. You talk about the nice job that the corner Torrey Cox is able to do to kind of quickly close ground and limit that gain.
So a third down and long. Bowling Green tonight, little under 50%. 3 of 8 on third down. 9th in the MAC at 34% of the season. McDonald gets it out quick again. And they rally up into the flat and pop Keith. Up from safety, Alvin Floyd stops the first down with a thump.
Alvin Floyd is a bit of an enforcer in that secondary. Again, try to get it out to Keith. We talked about needing to get him maybe involved a little bit more in the passing game, and that we've seen number 11, Tariq Drake, do a nice job closing on some interceptions in that first half. The other safety, Floyd, coming with the hit.
You talk about rallying to the flat there if you're Ohio. You had 3 guys out in the flat waiting for him. So a couple of deep downfield plays for Bowling Green in the first half, but they have to punt it away. And Wiggless calls for the fair catch inside the 15. So just like the first half, the second half begins with a couple of punts, and it's Ohio.
Success is never guaranteed. You have to want it to chase after it. At Ohio University, our guarantee is to champion your pursuit, to carve your path, not just to that first job, but also the next. Our guarantee is that we'll give you the tools to graduate on time, and that you'll know the cost from day one. Our guarantee is that we'll be there with you far beyond 4 years. We'll be there for life. Ours is the only Ohio guarantee.
This book has helped me reach so many young homeowners who have become their parents.
Hey, what's the lowest you'll go on one of these mugs?
Well, remember, no haggling in stores.
Ah, yeah, chapter 6, yep.
They may have read the book, but they still have a long way to go.
I was hoping to get your John Hancock on there.
Let's just call it a signature.
I noticed there weren't any refreshments, so I'm just gonna leave a couple of snackies.
Folks, the line's a shambles. Let's tuck it in.
Sir?
Come on. Come on.
Okay.
Oh, right?
Progressive can't protect you from becoming your parents, but we can protect your home and auto when you bundle with us.
Okay, we don't need a line monitor.
At the Home Depot, we have the tools to make holiday magic, especially when it comes to getting the perfect gift. For all those project-doing, technology-loving, holiday hosting, tool organizing, woodshop working people in your life. And gifts for everyone else in between. Get Black Friday savings all through November at the Home Depot. How doers get more done.
Spicy buns, spicy sauce, spicy seasoning, spicy jalapenos, ooh, spicy fries. Boy, Arby's getting loose with the spice on the new Diablo sandwiches and fries. Arby's, we have the meats.
Feels like a change is coming.
The all-new Hyundai Tucson.
College football rivalry weekend begins Thanksgiving night, and 2 of our featured matchups, one on Friday, Black Friday, Florida, and number 19, Florida State, and Saturday, newly number 6 in the college football playoff rankings, USC and Notre Dame, 15 in the latest rankings that came out tonight. That's at the LA Coliseum, and both begin 7:30 Eastern, 4:30 Pacific on ABC and the ESPN app. A lot of talk about Notre Dame and their place in the college football playoff rankings and how they could help USC by moving up to number 15. Well, Ohio with their second touch in the second half and a drop on the first play of the drive for Bangura. And him and Anderson tumble into each other. 2nd and 10.
That's a huge game too for USC, because talked about how that resume, maybe nothing flashy, that a win over Notre Dame could add some flash and a potential spot opening up. You figure with Ohio State and Michigan potentially, most likely knocking one of the other out of the top 4.
A potential Pac-12 championship game after that too. Bowling Green got their stop on the opening drive of the second half, and then Bowling Green punted it right back to Ohio. The Bobcats win the East with a win. Go to Detroit and meet Toledo. Here's Harris buying himself time, and he has it complete. There's his big play target. It's James Bostic for a first down.
That was really pretty by the sophomore quarterback. There's going to be pressure off the edge. Watch it. He just, I'm going to slide over. Eyes never leave downfield. That makes a nice throw.
James Bostic, you watch plays of him on tape, and it seems like everyone's going for 30 yards. He's got 2 or 3 of those in him every game.
Big target, big play target.
No, you're right. Big guy that goes for big yardage. Almost 20 yards per catch on the season.
And a Vanderbilt transfer. He would agree with the sign we saw earlier about the Maction, meaning more than the SEC. He would endorse that.
Would have been the perfect tie-in if they flipped the sign over. Harris off the play fake and right back to Bostic. Sheds a couple of tackles and drags the pile ahead. And close to another first down for Ohio. He's 2 yards short.
It's a nice job here. Big catch downfield now, working in a lot of traffic. Seeing some nifty moves there just to get any positive yardage out of that.
Eric Lewis, the DC for Bowling Green, said, "You better tackle James Bostic low." He's like a running back on the perimeter. You better chop him down. See what Eric Lewis has up his sleeve on 3rd down and 2 inside midfield.
They like the option out of this formation.
It's out of the pistol. And Harris does pull it and keeps it himself, and he's got the yardage. Sticks keep on moving with the legs for Harris.
So, if you didn't know this was his first start, would you feel like it? I mean, he's not playing like a player who's making his first start in a really big situation.
You got to think, having the whole week to prep. He came in last week in an emergency situation when work went down. And because of him and Bangura, a 100-yard disparity in the run game tonight. This is Bangura. That's been the two-headed running game for the Bobcats tonight.
We've been working together all season. You took the words right out of my mouth. I mean, it's really been that two-headed monster.
It's about time.
Yeah, Bangura and then Harris just working together in tandem, just kind of carrying that run game and the big boys up front. And that's an offensive line that was banged up during the week. They didn't really know how healthy they would be, and at one point during the week when they were supposed to be in pads, the offensive had to come out in no pads and just kind of do a walkthrough. And well, it's like that little bit of extra rest is really paying dividends because that O-line is playing outstanding.
Tim Albin said that was the first time in his career Tuesday practice. Tuesday, quote-unquote Tuesday. Tuesday game. It was a Friday. But because they were so banged up, first time in his career that they had to do that. The defense was in full pads, but because they had their left tackle, their center, and their right tackle as game-time decisions, they had to go at a walkthrough pace.
So it was unusual. He checked in with Coach Frank Solich, got his opinion, and obviously that was the right move to do because he said this is a group that had several game-time decisions among it, but they've been, tonight, pads on, creating seams, helping to power that run game that is just dominating.
And Parker Titsworth was a go, snapping at center tonight. And Harris out the back door one more time. And into the flat. Jones couldn't chop him down, and he's got a first down with Jones doing some talking after he had the lead block.
Well, it was a nice job there. You're seeing Harris he's operating things nicely there at the end. A little bit of a hit just as he's going out. Anytime you throw the hands up immediately, there's a feeling of guilt there. Nobody that has done anything innocent does that immediately.
You've been watching a lot of crime shows, haven't you?
But it got him while he was still in bounds.
Well, Ohio's well over 100 yards rushing on the night. That was actually their biggest run play in this game, 11 yards. Doesn't feel that way. And Netherton is plowed down. It's Bacon up from safety, finishing him off.
Well, yeah, it's been a real workman-like effort. A lot of those yards too have been in the red zone on the ground as well. A little bit of a change of pace there. Another team talked about a player that they needed to bring back into the fold to help that depth at running back.
He was watching the first game in the stands. Yeah. He was with the program for 5 years. Figured he was done, but they had the injuries. And they brought Netherton back, and he's now their number 2 guy back there. And it's Bangura back into the game with Netherton out. And a screen for Jones again. They've run this a couple of times tonight, and he hops his way through traffic And he's inside the 20-yard line, close to another first down.
Ohio's been doing a nice job of kind of blocking out on the edge. You're going to set it up. They've had some success with it. You see all those dark jerseys out there, but then he cuts him back into the middle. You got all that extra help out on the edge. He goes right back into the teeth of the defense.
Bangura's got the first down. That Jones run, that's just asking for a defensive lineman to come in and clock you in pursuit. He survived it, though.
Yep, made it work. Yeah, but it's kind of set up to stay outside.
That was brave.
Yes.
For Jacoby Jones. We talked about Bostic before at wideout. Ohio's got both Jones and Bostic over 220 pounds running on the perimeter. Bigger than some of the tight ends that Bowling Green has.
Yeah, you better get low.
And a clock-milking drive for Ohio with a shot to the end zone and incomplete. Deshaun Jones with coverage in a Jones versus Jones battle.
Jones on the screen working inside here, back on the outside. A really just nice job there by the corner, number 4. The Bowling Green version of Jones. Excellent positioning, plays it well.
Now, the Joneses have had a lot to say on this drive. That was Jacoby running the route for Ohio. And Deshaun Jones, who had a pick last week against Toledo, knocked it out. And back to Bangura. And he stood up. Heard the call at the line, Monday.
One day off.
Yeah, almost.
Yeah.
There's no Monday action.
Especially too, you think they'd say too, because Tuesday's working out really well for them so far. This is going to be the 14th play of this drive, and talked about Ohio. They know how to eat up time when they need to.
Hey, you figure Tuesday would be their favorite day of the week.
Yeah.
Ohio's won 6 straight games into midweek action. Almost clinched the division last week, trying to clinch it outright tonight.
Now we're on point. Got a Tuesday call.
Just working our way through the calendar on this drive. It'll be 4th down in field goal range after the inside give. DJ Taylor up to make the stop.
And this has been a Ohio team we talked about, built to win this year. A lot of upperclassmen, graduate players, seniors, 6-year seniors. But actually, one of their star players has been a kicker, who's actually a freshman, a true freshman. Did a really nice job for them this year.
And Nathaniel Vakos out to try from 32.
He was actually the highest ranked player in their 2022 class.
85% on the year and 100 on that one. Ohio doesn't find the end zone for the first time in a while, but they do find points. Up big on Bowling Green late in the third.
This is the biggest bounce of the summer.
Hey, if you're coming and come down, play. If you feel too shy, then watch by me, watch by me.
This is the biggest bounce of the summer.
Spicy buns, spicy sauce, spicy seasoning, spicy jalapenos, ooh, spicy fries. Boy, Arby's getting loose with the spice on the new Diablo sandwiches and fries. Arby's, we have the meat.
The all-new Hyundai Tucson.
This book has helped me reach so many young homeowners who have become their parents.
Hey, what's the lowest you'll go on one of these mugs?
Well, remember, no haggling in stores.
Ah, yeah, chapter 6, yep.
They may have read the book, but they still have a long way to go.
I was hoping to get your John Hancock on there.
Well, let's just call it a signature.
I noticed there weren't any refreshments, so I'm just gonna leave a couple of snackies.
Folks, the line's a shambles. Let's tuck it in.
Sir?
Come on.
Okay.
Oh, right.
Progressive can't protect you from becoming your parents, but we can protect your home and auto when you bundle with us.
Okay, we don't need a line monitor.
It's not just that they're the best. It's that for the first time ever,
Let's go.
they're all here together to bring out your best. Whatever that means to you.
5, 6, 7, get it.
It is rivalry week coming up on Black Friday. Friday Night Football presented by Capital One. It's Florida at Florida State. Number 16 Seminoles, 7:30 Eastern on Friday on ABC and the app. And number 15 Notre Dame, number 6 USC. And what could decide USC's playoff fate? Saturday, 7:30 Eastern on ABC and the app. Connor Onion with Craig Hobart at Peden Stadium in Athens, Ohio. Regular season finale for the Bobcats and the Falcons. Ohio wins it. They go to Detroit. Bowling Green, they would need a big comeback now. Down 31-7. But still alive in the East, needing a win and a Buffalo loss on Saturday against Kent State. Bowling Green had the first score. Ohio with 31 straight since then. And that was a clock-dripping drive for Ohio. It took 7 minutes and they got the field goal. Embry brings it out and sidesteps a tackle to bring it out to the 25. Well, there's a little fighting going on at the 25. We'll step aside. Bring it back.
From the fairy tales of Shrek comes the legendary cat.
Lunch me.
With 9 lives.
The legend will never die.
8 lives.
Do you like gazpacho?
7, 6.
Does this have shellfish in it?
5.
Watch.
4.
Watch.
3.
Watch.
2.
A cat always lands on his feet.
You are down to your last life.
I am not really a math guy.
Puss in Boots, only in theaters, rated PG.
Find out where that road leads. Take on any challenge. When you have the #1 brand in dependability, you stop thinking about what you can't do and start doing what you never thought possible. Kia, movement that inspires.
The all-new Hyundai Tucson.
Hard to wrap, easy to give. From big presents to stocking stuffers, the Steel Holiday Gift Guide has something for everyone. Find yours at steelusa.com/gift guide.
This is 100% fresh beef. With 2 slices of melted cheese, pickles, onions, ketchup, and mustard. This is a burger that strongly suggests you take a seat. It marks its territory, leaving behind a graveyard of napkins. And won't be contained by a humble sesame seed bun. This is the Quarter Pounder with cheese.
This is the biggest bounce of the summer.
Hey, if If you come in and come down, play. If you feel too shy, then watch for me. Watch for me.
Just the biggest bones of the summer.
Are you ready for football to get down to the nitty-gritty? Or whatever this is? Are you standing up, breaking down, and staying hyped for football? Good. Then you're ready.
Want to go head-to-head with the Heismans? Get in on the action at theheismanhouse.com.
Bobcats up, trying to go to Detroit and clinch the East with a win. Bowling Green hoping to come back and punch their ticket with a Buffalo loss. Connor Onion back with Craig Hobart. You gotta huddle up tonight. It's sub-30s. Maybe gotta sing. Maybe gotta put on the band uniform. That's how you stay warm in Athens on a night like this.
Yeah, listen. Football should be enjoyed with friends.
You'd strike me as the type of guy that goes to the game and then sits alone. You sit all the way in the upper corner.
I am an only child.
See? It was a good read then.
But I have a magnetic personality, so people usually come sit near me.
True, but then you tell them to go away. McDonald takes a shot, and it's broken up. Broden was double covered, and Alvin Floyd thought he was getting in on the interception fun.
And McDonald took a big hit just as he let that go. See Broden down, big target. Floyd, we see, makes a big hit, number 20, almost with the chance you're going to see just as McDonald lets this go. Takes a big shot.
Now, Zach Sanders had the hit. That was the matchup, 1 versus 1 on the perimeter we wanted to see, though. It was 6'7" Tyrone Broden against Torrey Cox, who's 5'9". We had some help from Floyd. And back across the middle, that's incomplete. McDonald trying to roll it out to his tight end, Christian Sims.
Well, the job that defensive coordinator Spence Nowinski has done tonight is just outstanding. He's really drawn up an outstanding game plan and came in talking about Bowling Green, that front seven, and all the pressure that they could create. But it's really been that Bobcat defense that has just been really disruptive tonight.
Pipes are bursting.
Yes.
Said pressure breaks pipes. That's what Spence Nowinski told us this week. That was their philosophy. Even with the big play threat that Bowling Green had last week. And they got to McDonald again, but didn't finish. And McDonald gets it out complete. And they convert again on 3rd down, with Sims sidestepping his way to the 40.
A lot of work there, a lot of effort needed. Looked like they were going to get McDonald again, but he's able to create, buy some time, get his eyes downfield, see his receiver all alone, able to get 18 yards out of that. I mentioned pick up the 1st down.
Sims had the big catch on the 2-minute drive last week that set up the game-winning score. He gets 18 to extend this drive, and Jason Patterson still nothing there. This is an Ohio Bobcats defense that ranks 2nd in the MAC in rush defense. They've played like it tonight.
But you mentioned it, not ranked as high in terms of pass defense, but they've elevated that part of their game as well to match that stout run defense, and they've really given Bowling Green, outside of one nice run, they've given him nothing on the ground.
Patterson with just 16 yards. He's the lead back for Bowling Green. Most of it has been McDonald trying to create in the air. Gets some depth on his drop, and time runs out on him. It's the defensive MVP for Ohio, Keith Thompson, their top tackler.
Top tackler and the leader on that defense. Off the edge, looks, he's going to work. Looked like he may have gotten even held there. Breaks free and brings it down in one of my favorite comparisons I've heard all year. Defensive coordinator Spence Nowinski said he's like the Tony Soprano of their defense. He's the enforcer amongst that group, and nobody wants to let him down. Now that's a compliment when you get, hey, you're the Tony Soprano of the defense.
And now we're meeting in the middle on social, on pop culture references, by the way. Oh, ball comes out for McDonald, and Ohio's on top of it. More pressure, and it might have been the Soprano of that defense that was there.
Out on collections, picks up a football.
It was Keith Thompson with another takeaway for Ohio.
Fourth turnover, first
Ruling on the
on the
field
ground.
is a fumble recovered by the defense. That ruling is under further review.
Kai Caesar was first in on the quarterback.
Yeah, and I mean that he has not, arm was not coming forward. You're going to see he's going back. He's hit. That ball pops out. That is a fumble. Then Key Thompson coming off the sack right there, almost lost it. Keeps the awareness, able to get on it. That defense is just flying around tonight.
Well, you made the Soprano reference. The idea behind that was nobody on that Ohio defense like Tony Soprano. Nobody wants to disappoint Tony Soprano. Nobody wants to disappoint Keith Thompson.
Exactly. Well, not only he's kind of a leader, an enforcer, kind of gets everybody in line. Everybody follows him as a leader. But then you mentioned there's a little bit of that fear, but there's a little bit of that respect as well. As you mentioned, you don't want to let him down. So obviously, comparison made with love. It was great. I love it. I never heard that, but I think that's an awesome comp.
There's kind of the charisma, but he's also vicious type of thing.
Well, that was like
on.
the character, right?
Yeah.
It's a guy doing who you shouldn't like, but you kind of like him and you root for him.
The referee Siegel, is he watching The Sopranos on replay?
He's checking out the comparison.
Side by side with Tony. All right, he's seen enough. Quick episode.
After further review, the ruling on the field is confirmed. A fumble recovered by the defense. First down.
So Keith Thompson is sacked, then he recovers a fumble. You mentioned earlier how this is more of a unit than it is a bunch of stars on this defense, but if there's one guy that really stands out, it's Thompson.
Yeah, and a guy who's battled through a lot to be back on the field. Really only 2 games since 2019 prior to this season.
And it could be the final play of the third quarter. Ohio's dominated since the first quarter ended. 28-zip in the second quarter, 3-zip in this quarter. And Bangura right up the gut. And cleaned up by Wilson up the middle. And
that's the end.
That'll send us to the fourth quarter. On a night where Ohio knew exactly what it needed. A win, and they go to Detroit for the MAC championship game. They're 15 minutes away from Ford Field to play Toledo.
You're tough, rugged, and your truck is...
worth a lot of money in today's market.
Who are you?
I'm from Edmunds. People come to us first to buy and sell their cars. This truck is in high demand, and if you want to see its resale value, you can check out our free appraisal tool. Super useful for actual truck owners, not just car commercial actors.
Oh, I also do theater.
Oh, nice.
Car shoppers go to Edmunds first. We drive it like it is.
Oh, your lumber's hollow.
Spicy buns, spicy sauce, spicy seasoning, spicy jalapenos, ooh, spicy fries. Boy, Arby's getting loose with the spice on the new Diablo sandwiches and fries. Arby's, we have the meat.
Want to go head-to-head with the Heismans? Get in on the action at theheismanhouse.com.
Think you can take down a Heisman legend? Prove it at theheismanhouse.com.
RG3 putting on an absolute show here against Aubie in the Nissan Heisman House. Want to go head-to-head with the Heismans? Get in on the action at theheismanhouse.com.
I get skeptical when things seem too good to be true. You could say I'm a realist. Take Rakuten. Now, how do they give shoppers cash back on top of deals at their favorite stores?
All that savings sounds like holiday magic.
No, just good sense. Fantastic. Wonderful, Charlie. Love the ribbons. Far be it from me to tell you what to believe in, but I believe in Rakuten.
This is the biggest bounce of the summer.
play. If you come in and come down, play, play. If you feel too shy, then watch by me. Watch by me.
It's the biggest bones of the summer.
Feels like a change is coming.
I am the queen of MMA.
Reza Pacheco on a different level.
It's the biggest night in MMA.
6 title bouts, 6 $1 million prizes.
Visit theheismanhouse.com to jump into a virtual staring contest. Who blinks first? Visit theheismanhouse.com and see if it's you.
Feels like a change is coming.
Want to go head-to-head with the Heisman? Visit theheismanhouse.com.
Well, on a week where Ohio fans were wondering who their quarterback would be with Curtis Rourke injured last week, C.J. Harris has come in and done an absolutely fantastic job. His team up there.
He has really just played with great poise. You would never know that the lack of experience that he has on game day.
His first career start with Rourke out in the Ball State game last week. We talked to him earlier, out for the season. Says he will be back next year for the Bobcats. He finished 48 yards short of the single-season passing record. But C.J. Harris on the grounds one more time. Sets up a third down and manageable.
It's fun to watch him kind of run that off. Just such a nice job. Stretches out to the edge. Watch him get out. Number 6 is going to sit there. Oh, you're not going to come to me? All right, I'll just tuck it and get upfield. Played for Ron Bellamy at West Bloomfield High School. Bellamy now at Michigan on their coaching staff. Player, 2-year captain there at West Bloomfield.
When was the last time he started? About 4 years ago. In the third year with Ohio. He's running about the same offense. Very similar offense when he was at West Bloomfield in Michigan. And it's a give on this one. And Banguras fights through there. And he's got enough for the first down. That was plugged up. And Bangura kept going.
He runs so he's like a pinball in there, just bouncing around, fighting forward. It's just as you're getting ready, and they're kind of working their way towards just sealing up that East and getting to the MAC championship. And he's really just been heating up at the right time for this Ohio offense.
Tiger G.
Tim Albin said he knew they had to run the ball well tonight against Bowling Green. That's something that a head coach says a lot. We got to run the ball well, but especially with the front that Bowling Green has. And Julian Ross into the game, but you let the guys up front have a free pass rush, and Bowling Green's going to sack you if you don't run the ball well.
Yeah, I mean, the ability to run the football is taking pressure off of Harris. We talked about the way he played tonight. He's made some really good throws, but it hasn't necessarily been on his shoulders as a passer either.
An offensive line that was in doubt. They might have had to patch it together. With 3 guys, game time decisions tonight. A little bit of a different style, too. With the change at quarterback, Harris being more the run-first guy. And they keep it on the ground here with Ross, and he's inside the 15.
Yeah, baby.
Needed the 13 to get the first down. And he's close to that spot inside the red zone.
You watch so much of offenses in college football. Now you hear the term NASCAR, fast. And Ohio's there quite all right being a complete opposite, especially when you get in this scenario.
They're more go-kart than NASCAR.
Yeah. Or walk.
Yeah. Teacups, maybe? Yeah. So they did give Ross the first down inside the 15. And he stays in, and he's tripped up. Right at that line of scrimmage. May have gotten a yard. But it's been pass block for Ohio all year, and then tonight against a really good defensive front. Been perfect in the red zone, and they've moved the ball on the ground.
I mean, and again, we've seen some rotating in some other running backs, but number 22, C.A. Bangorich, has been outstanding. He had nearly 300 yards in the previous 2 games coming into tonight. He just added to that with his performance.
Off of the option again. Harris keeps it. Harris looking for another. He's got it. Four total touchdowns in his first career start.
They ran that option well when Rourke was at the command, but it is really even better now. Watch it. You see, the defender goes to the pitch man. Well, I'll take it. He's got such tremendous feel for that. Now 65 yards on the ground, including 3 TDs. But it's just natural the way he does it. He knows when to pitch, when to keep, how to manipulate that pitch player.
And he's fired the cannon 4 times. C.J. Harris. So Harris, he'll have to be the guy if Ohio's going to get their first MAC championship since the late 60s. In for Curtis Rourke, and they're on the doorstep, but going to Detroit for a matchup with Toledo.
Time is running out. The prophecies say Fimbulwinter leads to Ragnarok. War is coming.
You don't really want war. All that blood on your hands, on your son's hands.
Fate only binds you if you let it. We will make our own destiny.
Rated M for mature.
PlayStation.
Getting the in-laws together for Christmas can be a teensy bit awkward. Just ask Romeo and Juliet. But after saving big with Amazon Black Friday, tragedy was avoided.
I like to see you wiggle, wiggle. How short. It makes me want to dribble, dribble. You know, riding in my fear. You really have to see it.
Yeah, sisters. Follow your passion, wherever it may lead.
To the middle of nowhere, apparently. Who are you? I'm from Edmonds. Nobody knows the car marketplace better. For instance, this model's hard to find. Could be because we're in the middle of the desert. We'd recommend a certified pre-owned model instead. You get similar features and a factory-back warranty.
Can we still look beautiful?
You do you.
For unbiased research, reviews, and industry expertise, go to Edmunds First. We drive it like it is.
What are you looking at?
For too long, spicy fast food has been anything but. No more. Spice Nirvana awaits at Arby's. Just say, I'll have a Diablo sandwich and loaded fries. Arby's, we have the meat.
At the Home Depot, we have the tools to make holiday magic, especially when it comes to getting the perfect gift. For all those project-doing, technology-loving, holiday hosting, tool organizing, woodshop working people in your life. And gifts for everyone else in between. Get Black Friday savings all through November at the Home Depot. How doers get more done.
Phoning West Bloomfield, Michigan. They're looking on with hard eyes tonight for their own C.J. Harris, who has Ohio up big.
Nice. Checking on the weather in Detroit.
Probably not as good as down here.
No.
It's really all the same. You can see your breath everywhere in the Midwest.
Chance for him to go home.
True. True. They'll be in a dome, by the way.
Yeah,
so
I know. As soon as I said it, I was waiting for you to call me on that.
I got there eventually.
I gotta get inside the dome.
True. Got to make it there. It was tough for Buffalo. Had their game postponed last week. And Buffalo looking on with interest in this game. Toledo looking on with interest in this game, maybe getting Ohio if they hold on in the next 11:37. And Toledo has one more regular season game, already clinching the MAC West. So you think about that matchup now with C.J. Harris. Remember, Bowling Green staff compared C.J. Harris to DeQuan Finn, the quarterback at Toledo. So you have very similar quarterbacks potentially matching up in the championship game. Camden North at quarterback here for Bowling Green, by the way.
The North has been used throughout the year, primarily coming in as a runner, but McDonald, he's on the run most of the night when asked to pass.
Still could be more football for Bowling Green to play. They are bowl eligible for the first time since 2015, but McDonald out of this game with 11 minutes to go. And giving Orth, the younger quarterback, a look. And he's got that complete to a squatted Odu Hilaire. And it's third down.
This is still a Bowling Green team that is progressing in the right direction. 7 wins the previous 3 years. They sit at 6 right now. There's a chance to get back to a bowl, potentially match that just in 1 year. Talking with head coach, Scott Loeffler earlier in the week, you were saying that, listen, he looks a lot at Ohio and what they've done and kind of trying to use a similar blueprint. Try to build up that Bowling Green program.
Before this game last year, he told Tim Albin, we feel like we're 1 year away. As Orth misfires, incomplete for Wimberly, who's streaking up the sideline, and it's fourth down. But before this game, 3-win teams last year, and McDonald was there, needed to get some more targets around him. They come back a year later into this game, kind of prophetic what McDonald and Loeffler were thinking at that time is they are 1 year away, but looking like they're going to come up 1 win short of the MAC title game.
Yeah, but again, moving in the right direction, and this year we're kind of taking a big step forward.
Punting on 4th down and 3, and Ohio lets it bounce with Wigless, and Bowling Green touches it up inside the 20-yard line. And so at the quarterback out of the game, another punt for Bowling Green, and 10 minutes from Detroit for the Bobcats.
Time out on the field.
Hey, Peloton, step into your power. Let's go.
You didn't come to work out. You came to outwork. Let's get it.
Yo. Boom. Come on, you got this. Everyday man's on the block. Beats,
no challenge, no change.
The ting goes. Let's go. Get up to $300 off accessories. Terms apply.
The all-new Hyundai Tucson.
On a different level. An armbar victory for the baddest woman on the planet. Oh, Masenko Apocalyptic down.
It's the biggest night in MMA. We're making history.
6 title bouts, 6 $1 million prizes. Reza Pacheco on a different level.
It's the biggest night in MMA.
6 title bouts, 6 $1 million prizes.
Feels like a change is coming. Feels
C.J. Harris in for the injured Curtis Rourke, and he's had a huge night on the ground.
Yeah, why does recruiting matter? Because you never know when you're going to need to go to the bench and get the next guy in for Ohio. That's sophomore quarterback C.J. Harris, who has just shown tremendous poise and playmaking ability in his first start in this big game for Ohio. He's made some nice throws through the air, but really just operating that option has been flawless tonight.
Well, you're a big comp guy making comparisons. Who you got on C.J. Harris?
As I've been watching and thinking, I feel like a little bit of Ja'Cory Brown, Miami, coming out of Georgia. Player, good arm strength, can make the throws, be really electric, can make plays, running as well, and see flashes. I don't know if it's a straight comparison, but see a little bit of Ja'Cory Brown now in Miami.
All right, so here's what Harris and Bangura have done on the ground tonight. For now, Bangura is just shy of that third straight 100-yard rushing game.
Yeah, but those two together in tandem, it just Bangura with the tough yards in between the tackles, and then Harris attacking on the edges.
Harris is out of the game at quarterback. It's Caden Beeler, the fourth different Ohio quarterback to play this season. Beeler getting his first look tonight as the backup for Harris. And just like when the other two were in the game with Netherton and Beeler, the duo in the backfield, they moved the ball for a first down.
Hey, you got some great experience. You executed tonight now. Go, we're going to put you in some bubble wrap. Go on the sideline.
Right.
We'll see you in
Save
Detroit.
you for Detroit. Caden Beeler, sophomore out of Phoenix. This has looked like a service academy type offense tonight for Ohio. They have run the ball 47 times.
Hey, the old philosophy, as an offensive coordinator, we're going to keep doing it until you stop it. All right, no reason to get fancy when you can move the football on the ground.
And run number 48. Will they get to 60 tonight?
I don't know, but I'll tell you what, I'm giving that O-line a clean bill of health. They might have been banged up during the week, but whatever Coach Albin did, it was a smart decision because that O-line has just been outstanding tonight.
Had to be that helmets only practice, right?
Hey, sometimes you got to think a lot outside the box and do something a little different. And needed to ease up on the physical, go a little bit heavier on the mental, let them heal up, and it worked. And those guys have done a nice job opening up some seams.
Can I get 50 carries tonight? So I think on our coaches' calls, we need to start having a stenographer. The amount of times that the word tough was used when talking about Ohio from both coaching staffs, it had to be, what do we have, an hour with each staff? It had to be 75 times the word tough was said when talking about Ohio.
And it really was that loss to Kent State that kind of was the building block. The coach was saying maybe it was the most physical game he had ever seen, and they built off of that and kind of put their hat on toughness and bouncing back from that.
Yeah, but you would think you lose that game, maybe you lose some more after that because you lose bodies, but they're on their way to their 7th straight win since that bloodbath that was.
I think it's weird sometimes, I've always said even when in evaluating, I can learn more about a player sometimes at a loss than I can watching them play at a game that's a win. I think in that loss, I think they found their identity and they built off of it and been able to kind of roll since then.
What's the most physical game you've ever seen?
Oh.
Besides Ohio, Kent State?
That's a good question. I don't know.
Come on, you've seen a lot of games.
Yeah, that's the problem.
I figured you'd have a go-to answer.
Most physical game. Question.
Too many camps are rolling through your head. So there's no hitting.
They even take their time punting.
So this has got to be your favorite stat if you're Ohio. They have the fewest amount of punts in the MAC this year. There you go. The more you know. 4th quarter in Athens.
Are you ready for some action? Saturday, December 3rd, the best from the East and the West will meet for the 26th consecutive MAC football championship at Ford Field. Now is your time to get tickets to the conclusion of the 76th MAC football season. Get your tickets today at fordfield.com/MAC. It's time to get some action.
At the Home Depot, we have the tools to make holiday magic, especially when it comes to getting the perfect gift. For all those project-doing, technology-loving, holiday hosting, tool organizing, woodshop working people in your life. And gifts for everyone else in between. Get Black Friday savings all through November at the Home Depot. How doers get more done.
Oh, hey there, darling, let me count on you. The road is long and I'm scared what I might find. I'll be safe with you by my side. Ain't nothing out there can take it stride. I know you hold me up so I can fly.
It's time to vote for the Taco Bell Live My Student section.
Choose the winning section and you get a free Taco Bell Crunchy Taco.
Download the app, sign up for Taco Bell Rewards, and vote now. Let's go!
Will remain radioactive for years to come. Well, thank goodness it's time for the good news of the week.
And boy, do we need it. Well, this safe driver saved money with the Snapshot app from Progressive. How do you feel?
Good.
He's better than good. He got rewarded for driving safe and driving less.
Sorry, Barb, just to confirm, this is the feel-good news of the week?
This is what we found. Yay, Snapshot.
Well, the star of tonight's postgame, stain remover.
Hey, no snow, no problem.
A little dewy down there, I think.
Little, that's how we got to get back to the car.
The car's the other way. It's really okay. I promise you. That's like the one place in the stadium we didn't check out before the game. Bowling Green going with Mosley out of the backfield to start this drive. They took out their quarterback, Matt McDonald, before that last drive. It kind of seemed like the white flag, didn't it?
But I think for Bowling Green, it's a program making a lot of strides. And
you think back to the first year that Scott Loeffler was the head coach. He said he got in, his team didn't even know each other's names. Starting with that, and then installing stuff. I mean, it was not a locker room that was close Scott Loeffler's first year, safe to say.
Yeah, no, it was more about wins and losses. Initially, it was coming in about building a culture. And I think, again, that tonight did not go the way they want to. But and speaking with him, he certainly feel like as a program, the foundation has been laid to build off. That culture has been built, the toughness to keep fighting. And then we go back on the recruiting trail. He said you made big strides, got a chance to match your win total over the last 3 years, just this year alone. And happy for, as he's mentioned, a lot of these players who were there through the tough times now with an opportunity to go to a bowl.
Camden Orth rolling out and has it complete. And that's close to a first down, just short of the 40 for Andrew Bench. The touchdown last week against Toledo. You think about the win they had last week and the emotional toll that had to take. Obviously positive, but to try to turn around and get prepped for a really good Ohio team after that, that is not an easy thing to do with all the texts and social media hits that they were getting. It was one thing Scott Loeffler said this week was, we have got to shut off our phones. Yeah. Max Warner, the OC, said he got 100 texts, maybe more than that. And after they beat Toledo, it was very similar to when Scott Loeffler got congratulatory texts when he got the head coaching job. That's what the response was like last week. So Mosley, tough run, and he's close to the first down. Coming up this weekend, rivalry week on Black Friday, presented by Capital One. Florida at Florida State, number 16 Seminoles, and then Top 15 football out west. 15th ranked Notre Dame, 6th ranked USC, 7:30 Eastern, ABC, ESPN app. You know what was funny about all the texts that Bowling Green was getting last week? Scott Loeffler heard from Tom Brady, heard from a lot of the people that he'd worked with in the past. Here's Orth taking off and running. And he's got the first down and more. And he's angled out shy of the 10. Lloyd Carr, his mentor, Scott Loeffler's mentor, and he played for Lloyd Carr, he coached for Lloyd Carr. He texted him and said, "Why didn't you go for 2 when you were up by 13 points?" Everybody, including Brady, is saying, "Congrats, man, wild win." And Lloyd Carr said, "You were up 13, Scott. Why didn't you go for 2?
That's a good mentor, keeping you focused. Well, I mean, it was that game-winning play was so electric. But talking to him during the week, it was so really enjoyable talking to him. But he would talk about, well, probably should have got down and gone for the field goal. Initial read was out. You think about the greatness of the play and the excitement, and you kind of rewind in the coach's brain. You're like, oh, kind of probably should have done this, could have done this.
He forgot to say Geronimo, is what he said. that was the tag. They were supposed to get down and kick a field goal. That's not action.
No.
You got to score the touchdown through 6 defenders, through the snow.
Yep. But again, always kind of that thought process is going to kind of continue to help this Bowling Green program grow. It's making things happen, kind of willing your way at times, but also kind of putting together the little pieces as well.
When you think about what Ohio's built from a 3-win team to flipping that record on their way to 9-3. And flag out with Hilaire, the target for Orth, likely going against Ohio on defense. But from 3-9 to 9-3 in a year's time. And headed to Detroit to play Toledo.
Pass interference. Defense. Number 34. Ball will be placed in the spot of the foul. Automatic. First down.
Clean penalty night. That's the first penalty since the first quarter. Well, that Ohio locker room, you know what they're going to be playing after the game?
Anything Detroit. I kind of want to be in that locker room. It's going to be rocking. A little Motown. Instead of maybe a little Uncle Ted, the Motor City Madman, Ted Nugent. Maybe a little Bob Seger worked his way in there.
Kid Rock.
Kid Rock would work. You definitely want to see that playlist.
Little Eminem. And here's Orth creating, and Orth shoulders down into the end zone for Bowling Green.
Orth has been used this year mainly as a running option here, showing why he was a part of packages. Sees a lane, just tucks it, takes off. That's a big boy, big quarterback rumbling downhill.
He was big in the Toledo win last week for Bowling Green, using him in the early part of the game before McDonald went for 395 through the air. And first touchdown since late in that first quarter for Bowling Green. But Ohio with a lot of distance on a flag out on the PAT. Several flags out. And basically the whole officiating crew coming in to get between Bowling Green and Ohio.
The extra point is good. After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct. Kicking team, number 64, is first of the game. That 15-yard penalty was enforced on the kickoff. Timeout.
It's on Bronson Warner for Bowling Green. Camden Orth into the end zone. But Ohio, 2:24. A little Motown in the locker room in Athens.
This is 100% fresh beef. With 2 slices of melted cheese, pickles, onions, ketchup, and mustard. This is a burger that strongly suggests you take a seat. It marks its territory, leaving behind a graveyard of napkins. And won't be contained by a humble sesame seed bun. This is the Quarter Pounder with cheese.
The all-new Hyundai Tucson.
No two dreams are the same. But there is one van equipped to handle them all. For over 120 years, Mercedes-Benz vans have been built, upfitted, and ready to go. Because we believe dreams should never stay that way.
Hi, Dr. Rick. It's Julie. Just leaving you a voicemail. My number is 618-437-7425.
Okay.
It's for
Can
something
anyone
else.
tell me what Julie did wrong there?
You gotta repeat the number. I mean, no one's ever gonna get it the first time.
Nope.
Didn't leave her last name.
No, the phone tells you who called.
Yeah, she didn't mention a good time to call her back. How am I supposed to know when to call her back?
No, she just shouldn't have left a voicemail. 9 out of 10 times a text will do.
Progressive can't save you from becoming your parents, but we can save you money when you bundle home and auto with us.
Find out where that road leads. Take on any challenge. When you have the #1 brand in dependability, you stop thinking about what you can't do and start doing what you never thought possible. Kia, movement that inspires.
And we're back. You can't see that sign enough times. Action, it means more. Over the SEC. And Ohio fans sticking around, waiting for that Motown to start blaring from the locker room, sliding through the dew, scoring 38 points with a backup quarterback. Fun times in Athens. You didn't expect anything less, did you?
No, not at all.
We're going to show you your favorite fan in a second.
Yes.
Just you wait after this kickoff. Craig's Fan of the Night, brought to you by
fans everywhere.
Philip Cole is the up man on the short kickoff after the penalty on the PAT, and he's out to the 40. There's your favorite fan. He's filming our promo before rivalry week. Florida at Florida State, Friday on ABC, 7:30 Eastern on the app, and also Notre Dame against USC. Irish on the road to see the Trojans at Saturday at 7:30 ABC and the app.
And there's a man you can trust. You know why? Because his ticket says section 124, last row, seat E, and he is not moving from it. This is my seat. I'm going to take it.
Lucky spot, lucky spot.
He's been dedicated. I love it. Looks like he's in a witness protection program. He's like, come on, I got to get out of the house, guys. Ohio's got a chance to clinch the East. So, like, you can go. Just stay out of the way.
And we
stay in the corner.
We just blew his cover. What are we doing? We just blew his cover. Tyler Toledo's the running back. I was thinking it was going to be like, remember the girl at Kansas that brought out the knitting needles? I was waiting for the knitting needles to come out for that guy up there.
That is the spot. Well, that's the place to be.
Oh, he's got snacks up there. Look at that. What is that? Slim Jim or something like that?
M&M's.
Oh, good eye. That is your guy.
Hey, trust me. I got a good eye for snacks.
What was in the wrapper, and how was the burger cooked? Tell me. Beeler and a quarterback, and they can kneel this out on their way to Detroit. Well, you think about where Ohio was 365 days ago, and they were in this game not thinking about a bath at all. They were on their way to 3-9 with the loss against Bowling Green. And Scott Loeffler on the other side said he was a year away. Tim Albin said, I had no ground to stand on. I had no way to predict that we would be in this spot, but in his second year, they're on to Detroit.
Well, he said, too, about the expectations for both teams were not great heading into the season. If you looked at previews, and Coach said, how can anybody argue with him with what we had done previously? But I think deep down inside, they knew what they were building. And again, this is an Ohio team built to win this year. A lot of upperclassmen. It's really just kind of a team effort. And you look at the quarterback, Rourke, you think like this is a star. This is the guy that drives the offense. They lose him, and they go to the bench. C.J. Harris, 3-star recruit out of West Bloomfield, stepped in and really did not miss a beat at all.
On a week where they could barely practice because they were so banged up on offense, they score 38 and leave no doubt that they're going to Detroit. Now it's a question of can they finish? Ohio has been in this spot, heading to Detroit now for a 5th time since the turn of the century. But they get their 5th crack in the MAC championship game, clinching the East, beating Bowling Green in Athens. So for Craig Halbert, Connor Onion, our entire crew, we say so long. Bobcats clinch it. They get Toledo in the MAC championship game on December 3rd.
Now fire up the Detroit playlist.
And we welcome everybody who is watching Ohio beat Bowling Green. College volleyball coming your way from Provo, Utah.